Greetings, I'm Liz.
And I am Scandal.
And let's talk about
Phoenix together.
Whee! Actually, we're not going to be talking about Phoenix. We're just going to be moving through this scene as Small contemplates the existential experience of her identity.
I love the fact, honestly, in my mind, I'm like, there's no, like, maybe we're going to get into specifics. Maybe, again, I'm sort of jumping ahead here because I keep going like, that was incredibly generic. Here's them all as a unit, and then I'll be more
smiles,
specific.
all of their kind faces. There's Phoenix. At first, here we go. I thought he was nothing but a big show-off. I mean, he's not
Kind
nothing
of.
but he is also a big show-off.
And very
And now I
gay.
realize that he's also, but now I realize he also has a sweet side to him, and he's a big show-off.
And he's,
and
a
he's
big
also-
show-off. He's very gay.
Damn.
And he likes sex.
He is,
And he
and
loves food.
And he's really like into the
He's very-
basics of life, like
Yeah.
burn it, fuck it, eat it. Like that's kind of where
It's fuck, marry, kill. Except he
basics.
just wouldn't really kill.
Yeah, it's just all the basics. It's okay.
It's okay.
All right. I know he'd take good care of me.
I
Okay,
guess.
okay. So the thing is your partner doesn't have to take care of you. They contribute to caretaking of you. They
What?
contribute to your experience of feeling as though you are comfortable in your life. I know he'd take good care of me. Like, I know it's a convention that people say, they take such good care of me. But I'm like, it sounds like a pet. Like, they just take such good care of me.
There's a lot of this stuff where, honestly, in regards to quite a few of the Otome games that we've played, where I felt very much like our character is treated like a juvenile. Like, we are very much treated like an incapable child.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing of going, what you're doing is you're not basically moving on from a parent-child relationship, you're literally moving on from a parent-child relationship into another parent-child relationship. And
where the new parent figure is your spouse.
Is your spouse that
Or
you have sex
partner.
with,
Yeah.
assumed. Which isn't always the true in every single case, but it gets very frustrating to me convention-wise,
Yeah.
where I'm just kind of like, why do we not want to have equal partners?
Also
and I feel like
going-
there's too much authoritative bullshit going on,
Right.
and it's like, and you're not apparently supposed to ever question your partner.
Additionally, they keep doing this power imbalance of they're powerful, amazing, socially desirable, valuable dragon boys. But you are the Dragon Slayer princess that is socially desirable, that is also powerful, that is capable in your own way, and literally slayed dragons in your heritage.
Right? And that is
Them
literally a
who are
part
dragons.
that literally cannot stop. I mean,
And they
honestly,
keep going back and forth of going, basically, we're more powerful, dragons are more powerful. Well, no, they're not. And it's like, pick one. They can be equal. You don't have to have this massive chasm of power and social prowess between your love interest and your love interestee at all times.
I know.
Everything ever doesn't have to be the magical, glorious prince of all value. The tiny little peasant girl who never was known to exist at all until he saw her. Like, you don't need this massive chasm. They can literally be like, Team Rocket is go.
right? Honestly, I've always really disliked it, where it's like people have things that they're good at. Let them have, that's where I have the most power, air quotes, and the other person has the most power in a different area.
Yep.
Like, there's nothing wrong with that. That's not a power imbalance, that's just different power.
All right, here we go. I know he'd take good care of me, somehow, whatever that means. Then again, there's Dylan.
Who
There
we
he
have been
is.
on the most dates
Shy, sweet Dylan, who we've been dating. I don't know that he's super shy.
I
Like,
think
it's
he's
more
just
like he's
formal.
awkward, formal, and reserved.
Yes.
Because he's not sure what the social conventions are, and he seems to
Right.
ride on social conventions. I'm amazing at social conventions. You put him in his element, I believe he would be fabulous. Again, when it called for like elements of his station, of his function, he was immediately like, I will call in the servants. I will do and use things that are within the realm. And then she
Right.
goes, no, your social conventions don't apply here. And he goes, oh, I will sit and
Right.
watch and wait.
Right? And he'll go,
So he's
I will
not
realize
really-
since I am here in your house, I will be the guest, and you're correct. I will listen to that.
Yep, he's not super shy. He's just reserved because he doesn't know what's expected of him and he's trying not to fuck it up. Like, that is who he's been told to me on screen. That's the interpretation I have.
Yes.
He's actually stronger and smarter than people give him credit for. Who's
Dude.
not giving him credit for
Hey,
that?
I was about to say, who just called him unintelligent?
Like,
Like what?
who actually in
Are
this
they-
group has called him weak or not smart? He's been like, I want to prove my strength, but against whom? Only the fact that Phoenix has been overblown, like, I've aggressed and put this thing out there, but there's no direction of like, I've challenged you with it. Like, Phoenix literally has not been like, I'm stronger than both of you, except for in our own commentary.
Right? Well, and also in regards to...
Oh, and
like-
also in If I Marry Small, I'll Stomp Your Kingdoms.
Right? Oh, yeah.
But that's not you personally.
Yeah.
You, Dylan, are weak. It's your whole kingdom's a pansy-ass bunch of losers.
Yeah, right. Well, and it's also the fact of like, are we going to say this about Dylan and not about Rai? Rai has literally no focal points in regards to how strong he is at all, other
None.
than weird
Other than,
sort of
I
implied.
can turn the entire world dark.
Yes. Which, I guess you could say that's an implication, but that's just that. It's an implication. It's
Yep.
not actual definitive knowledge.
So yeah, in this case, I feel like stronger and smarter than people. Who are people, and why are those the two features? We haven't demonstrated that those are the problematic features at all. And when have we ever had the problem of, you're just not smart enough to understand this?
Excuse me, honey.
Honey, you don't understand that that's not how human dates work. That's not
hate
how we
that.
do clothes. You're
That's
stupid.
been so, like, infuriating
Ugh.
to me. I still don't like that.
He's always looking out for me. I mean, he does look out for you a lot. That part is accurate.
It's true.
Like, he is there, leaping over the counter like a parkour urgent bitch, going, I will put water on your hand, which you could have done in the sink right here.
Right?
It's amazing.
It's pretty good.
All right. He's a true prince. Oh, are we saying Phoenix is not a true prince?
Phoenix.
Just shit on Phoenix. Hi.
What the hell?
Excuse you.
Also, we've said way more about Dylan than we have about Phoenix.
Uh-huh.
Again, I think the writers for this game didn't really, like, as much fun as they think Phoenix is, where they like using him to basically titillate people or confuse people or throw people
And be
off.
playful and ridiculous.
They still don't really like him all that much, because I've noticed usually actually in a lot of stories, particularly if they were ever shoujo game, like shoujo manga or anything to do with that, most of the time the big boisterous guy gets nowhere.
Yeah, it gets nowhere. Okay, so he's a
He's just
true
there for
prince.
the laughs and the lulls,
Oh.
and he's not really a character.
But I can't forget Rai. I mean, you literally included him with the first, like, 3 statements you made. So, the dragon princes, kind faces, and, you know, just smiles
Whatever,
or
it's
whatever.
okay.
Have
Small has a very selective memory.
But I can't forget Rai. Well, yeah, you mean the first one you met and the one you admired before you knew he was a
because
dragon
she was
prince?
singing further into love with mostly Dylan and sort of Phoenix.
Going,
I
you
guess.
really actually liked Rai before any of this happened, based on your own fangirl experience.
Uh-huh.
Now, you didn't like him specifically as a person, but you liked him in that parasocial way. Basically, the context he had shared of who he was, you really liked and admired him.
And you liked his
you had.
writing, which we've never been privy to. Honestly, I'd love to see their writing.
I would. Her going, and then the flowering fields bloomed forth in glorious exaltation of their embrace.
I'd
Him.
be like, whoa.
Him. Yes, I'll put hearts on it.
Ah, brilliant.
Alright.
I like.
But I can't forget, Ryan, the one who surprised me most in all this.
Did he?
Did he? Because,
Oh my God.
Oh, he hid it for so long and suddenly he's a prince. You're kidding. He was
kidding.
trash and hiding that. What did he surprise us with? Ryan's been through a lot in his life. He surprised us by being a runaway prince. I hate my responsibilities. Dylan, I hate mine too, and nonetheless I have stepped up to handle them until I can do something different. Right? No!
Honestly, in that sense, maybe it's just me, but I would find basically the thing of going like, if I have like no other way of like choosing something else,
Uh-huh.
which is always not true, absolutely in this case.
But
I
if
don't-
you're unaware of how to choose something
Right.
else.
And him going, if I feel like I don't have any other choice, then I'm going to step up and do this the best way that I can. I'd find that to be pretty admirable. Being like,
Honestly,
this
yeah.
might not be a thing that you like, but it's also like, you might then be like, if this is the goal that I have, I will find ways to basically interact with it or make it work. Like, that's, like, which I can respect. I don't know how much I really respect that, to be honest, of just being like, I just don't like it and I won't deal with my
Additionally,
issues or
when he
anything
talked
else.
to his parents about it, he literally was coming from a completely different place than his parents. His parents, think about the entire political system and kingdom you'll be ruling over, and the fact that this is about function. But I have the feels. Look how much I have the feels. Look, I'll smash my face against hers. I have the feels enough to kiss her. We're talking about politics and job skills. Feels! Fix all of those things. If I love it enough, she will queen well. What?
I've actually
No.
been deeply bothered sometimes where they will have that really in a lot of fantasy or in a lot of like young adult books. It's very frustrating. You're going, you don't have the training. Your partner does. And this feels very much, again, like, I'll lead you through, my child. It's okay. You're my partner, my wife, my whatever, but I'll help you get there and we'll do great together because mostly I'll be directing you or forcing you to do this. And then somehow magically in the second book, because there's always 3 of these little
You just
fuckers
know
that are
how to
coming
do
out,
everything
You just
suddenly.
magically know how to fucking do everything. And then the author doesn't know what to do unless they basically just completely yoink them out the other side because then there's no more drama.
Because they can't have you be competent and focus on other types of drama. That's
Ah!
what they- you need to
'Cause
have
then
a
they would
protector
actually-
and a teacher.
But then they would also have to write them being competent, and you know how many authors are good at doing that?
Oh no, but they can be competent, just only over here, outside of the love interest, skill sets.
I love it then where they go on and they go, yep, and then they had kids, so I can have that drama all over again.
And you're like,
And you're like, and my parents were great and fantastic and marvelous, and they play no relevance really at all to what's going on now, and now they seem weirdly distant and kind of abusive and sort of emotionally neglectful, but they're fabulous and everybody loves them, but they just don't understand how much I love Bobby.
and how much I need to do forge my own path and not be them.
Away from...
Right? Okay.
I'm sorry, but-
Guy's been through a lot in his life. As if Dylan hasn't been through a lot in his life.
As if
Like,
Phoenix potentially hasn't been.
we know nothing about Phoenix, really, honestly.
I like him
Just
the most.
because he hasn't shared anything does not mean that there's not shit going on. He honestly could be one of those people of, this is how I cope with my crippling depression. How you doing? Like, you have no idea who he is.
He could be regularly going
private
to
life.
therapy, and that's how he then copes with his crippling depression by using these particular coping methods that he takes very specific processes
Or
to
the
walk
reason
through.
he's basically the class clown is because he's the most insecure of all of them. You have no idea who he is.
We don't.
But Rye's been through a lot. It really makes me want to be there for him. Oh, Phoenix would take care of me. And Dylan's a real prince. But I could be the parent to Rye. I could take care of him. Oh, God. Be there for him. He just needs support. He's on his own, forging his own path alone, firing arrows into the sunset with his hair blowing to the wind.
Honestly, so okay, again, I'm totally fine with these in regards to stories. What I'm having a negative reaction to is basically the idea of the image of myself, me, in this position with a partner that basically either I'm going to be babying, is what it sounds like,
that's going to be babying
or that's
you.
going to be babying me.
Right.
That's very frustrating because I've already been in abusive relationships that have done that. Can I please not do that again?
Can we do something else? All right.
Please.
Well, I could, just like he's been there for me. Sometimes?
Some-
What kind of being there has he been for you? Like, he's been in your space very little other than, like, sitting with you on the curb kind of thing and then showing up in your bedroom by crawling through the window at night.
Uh-huh.
I mean, making breakfast for you, surprise, without planning, on a day where he doesn't know what your plans are, what you're doing, isn't really being there for you. So if we think back to the scenes of him, I don't know what being there for you is. And also, like, forcing a kiss on you to prove something to his parents isn't really being there for you either. And lying to you or trying to lie to you, if I am a normal boy at the beginning, isn't really being there for you either.
No,
So
I
don't
feel
know.
like, again, for that thing of, like, the fact that makes me feel bad about that is being like, well, like, I feel stuck sometimes with the one or two answers. So, like, him forcing a kiss on us, I think actually we had to, like, choose, though, to let Rye kiss us or not.
We had to choose to
which sounds
allow him to do it.
awful.
But on the other hand, if he grabbed us and started to go for the kiss, and we had to choose to resist or let it happen.
Right.
So he was doing it anyway if we do nothing.
Right.
The thing was so it's like, when I say force a kiss on us, it's in sort of quotes, but you'll have to have seen the episode.
No, but I know, but
But
what I'm
just-
saying, like, even, like, kind of looking back at it, like, it makes me feel kind of, like, weird as someone who's, those are the only two options I had, kind of thing, and also going, the level of connection we do and don't have this, the choices that they give us are not very...
They really
friendly.
are funneling you into a very limited story, and that's what they
Yes.
want you to do. All right. He's just been there for me.
Hi.
What if I do have feelings for all of them as a unit, the three of them, and I can never live without any of them, ever?
I need to have all of them. Then that changes things. Come on.
Because you could totally marry someone that you have feelings for. But I have feelings for all three of them. That's what I've told you.
Huh?
Ah.
Well, that sounds unrealistic. Let's forget about all this dragon human stuff. That's a tab that I'll have to close on my
Right.
little Firefox server right now. If you love one of those guys, then you have to give it a shot.
And you have to give the marriage a shot. You know, honestly, this is the most, like, supportive and open he's been the whole time.
Yeah, kind of.
I feel like. And I'm like, this feels more like an actual, like, friendship going. Well, on the other hand, it feels very stupid in the sense of, you have to give it a shot. This isn't about anymore, you have no choice. You've agreed to something you've been strong-armed into. You have to choose because you're saving someone else's life. He's just going, but if you have feelings for one of them, it doesn't matter all those
I was
extraneous
about to say,
circumstances.
feelings apparently in this case are also again being touted as trumping all else. In
It
my
doesn't matter.
opinion, that should not be the thing to like be the trump card that ends all else. Now that doesn't mean that it can't be. It doesn't mean that you can't have strong feelings. Sometimes you really do. Like your goes going like, I just have this feeling like I shouldn't do this thing. Like it makes
Well, like, I
me
should
personally
do this
uncomfortable.
thing. Either
But that's
way.
where I'd be like, maybe you should spend more time with it then, rather than going off and making a really hasty decision. And also, usually in my experience, the more time you spend actually trying to uncover those feelings and going, I just have this feeling. You can
What
actually
is it?
start putting labels to them and start understanding where they're actually coming from. And
Yep.
then you're not just going, I just generically feel things, you
Because
know?
those feelings do have a root and a source. But I don't like how he moved from, you've been basically blackmailed into this.
Yep,
And
and-
also trapped into it by a weird genetic destiny, to, well, if you have feelings for him, none of that matters.
Right.
Just pick the guy you like.
Yeah, because, you know, feelings, that's the only way that I would ever be willing to give you up, is that if you had real feelings, which again, this feels sort of insidious to me. That thing of just going, I can't just say no. Or I can't just go, I just want to be with him and I don't want to be with you. Like, that's not okay. The rest can work itself out. And also, again, like going, you should just give it a shot. a shot on a fucking relationship that's going to potentially change one of three, well, as far as we know, dragon kingdoms where they've all been fighting each other and also threatened the human world. No pressure, just give it a shot.
Give it a shot.
Think about it.
Right?
Annie.
It
It's
doesn't
okay.
matter. Like, you could just try it on. It's like, yeah, you know, who cares if you have to have an
Well, is
heir
it teddy bear
moved to
A, or is it teddy B, or is it teddy C?
But going, the rest can work itself out. Going, you can't just give it a shot, a prearranged royal marriage, and go, oh, I don't like it after 6 months and walk
Right.
away. That's not, again, we haven't asked any questions. Maybe there is an exit clause after you have married and done this. Like, the only thing required is that the marriage happens. You're literally allowed to do anything you want after that.
Right.
Like, who the fuck knows? We don't know anything about this contract at all. And our
Nope.
grandpa, who should know everything about it, having been alive for generations of it happening, is going, I
Well-
won't tell you anything. All
Honestly,
right.
I find that to be incredibly frustrating when you're like, yep, I have a character who's literally 5 seconds away.
Who
and-
knows everything I would potentially need to know, but I'm not going to interact with it and they're not going to volunteer.
Yep, never gonna happen. Thanks.
Thanks, Corey. I needed to hear that.
I
I needed
guess.
to know that if I have feelings, that everything else can just
Excuse me.
come out in the wash.
Mm-hmm. How delightful. I just want you to be happy, Small.
I
Because otherwise I'm
appreciate
gonna
that.
die inside.
Since I don't know anything about any of this still, I don't know that any of them and their experiences and their kingdoms and their political structures and being married into royalty will make me happy. I appreciate that you want me to be happy.
I really hope Corey goes and gets a therapist.
Beaming, I go over and squeeze him in a hug.
This is the
Squish.
nicest they have really ever been to each other this whole fucking time.
It's really true.
Like, I hate to say it, we're best friends! You guys do not seem like best friends.
Oh, God.
Hey, careful now! I might fall in love with you.
Uh-huh. Or you fall in love with me.
Or you'll fall in love. I wasn't looking at the screen.
Yeah, I know.
So this is what the exasperated scandal sounds like right now?
That's fine.
Oh my fucking god. I'm okay.
You can do it.
Or you'll fall in love with me next.
Careful. I just squeeze him harder. Like, ha! I got you.
Hmm.
It's fine. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. But it's late.
Get the fuck out.
I'm going to have to kick you out now. Through the window. Boot! Yeets him out. Yay! Bye, him. That always happens. Bye! Oh, we've done that since we were kids. Bye! I love it.
Him.
Bye! Hang on. That's the friendliest we've been in a long ass time. Wait, is that a message? Should I do something?
God.
Shit!
Sometimes I feel like that's such a problem because again, people won't communicate with their friends of being like, because I've watched people be like, oh my god, do you think that they like me now? And you're like, you guys have been friends.
You literally just
haven't-
had a conversation about how they don't like you, but they handled it so well. Does that mean they liked me?
Uh-huh.
Ah.
Fuck, really?
F-R-I-E-N, yes. That's how you gonna spell friends. It's fine.
It's fine, it's fine.
Uh-huh.
Good luck, Small.
Thanks.
Whatever it is, I know you'll make the right choice.
How do you know? Tell me. Immediately grabs him, yanks him back in. How do you know I will do that? Sorry, you were just being friendly. I apologize. I'm a little high-strung right now.
I was just emitting platitudes at you uselessly
Damn.
and pointlessly in this case of going like, yep, this is what they all say on my grandma's telly.
Here's hoping. All right, I think that's probably good enough.
I guess. Sure, why not?
Yes.
Let's come right back to this. So thank you very much, guys, then, for joining us. We're going to find out what's going on downstairs this morning in the next one.
What is
so,
going
if you
on
like what we do,
downstairs?
please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon. We've got some links in the description down below. And I have been Scandal.
And we're going to go on downstairs now. And I have been Lies. And
It was great playing with you.
Bye!